Sitting at the Ambala Kent railway station waiting for my train to Rishikesh, which arrives in like 5 minutes. I want to share the entire experience of going to Rishikesh, what goes wrong, what goes right. Around 5 hours in train so far and reached the station of Haridwar. And as usual, the trains are a mess in India, and my train seat occupied by an old lady and a group of ladies singing religious songs in full volume, and you can't sleep, you can't do anything. But that's every journey that I take. It's just like that. For the past 2 to 3 years I have been traveling, but it can only go uphill from here. Now I pretty much have the entire train to myself. I can easily make videos, keep my camera there, anywhere. Actually, my seat is at the other end of this whole section, and I just sat here. Nothing matters anymore because empty train, 1 hour empty train, and the views are nice. I'll try to include them in the video as well. Maybe I'll show you a bit. So some nice green space, and I'll breathe in some good AQI, good air quality for the next few days. Finally reached. Well, there may be some stupid people on the train, but overall the journey was okay, and we reached before time. I was supposed to reach at 3:10, but we reached at 2:55, which is great. And yeah, let's see how the city is. Now I need to find a ride to my hostel and see if someone is trying to scam me or it will be a smooth ride. I spent almost last 1 hour on the railway station trying to figure out some mode of transport. I tried some apps like Rapido that works here in India, but no driver showed up. I took an auto rickshaw, which finally left me here at the bridge called Janki Setu. So we have 3 bridges in Rishikesh. Janki Setu, which is this one, and there is Ram Jhula and Laxman Jhula. Laxman Jhula was destroyed during the floods of 2020, so there's a new Bajrang Setu bridge, which is a glass bridge at the place of Laxman Jhula. So now I have to walk 1 hour, and the first thing I do is walk to the Ram Jhula. So we will see Janki Setu right in front of us, and we will see Ram Jhula, and Laxman Jhula I will go tomorrow. And I guess by walking 1 hour I will be very tired. I'll take a bath, eat something and go to sleep, and leave most of my travel and exploring to tomorrow, although I will see most of the stuff today because of all this walking I have to do, because of some construction or because of some traffic jams on weekends. So no auto rickshaw is ready to go beyond this point. So yeah, so far okay-ish review for this city. I mean, it is chaos from railway station to here. Here it is kind of peaceful, but the smell is so bad. I want to move from here. So not so bad, but not so good either. Let's see how the next few days go. This is actually the Ram Jhula. I walked all the way from the Janki Setu to Ram Jhula. It took around half an hour. But honestly, the path that led to that bridge, from one bridge to another, was quite nice. And I had some really amazing tea and some noodles, though they were really overpriced, but they were really well made and the owners were really nice. Also, I got this little fridge magnet as a souvenir. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. Now I have to walk half an hour more and then reach my hostel. I'll be super exhausted, so we'll start the day tomorrow. Hello from the rooftop of the Hosteller hostel, which is pretty much empty, and the journey to the top was not so easy, but I guess it was worth it for the view as well as the amazing weather up here. So it's way too up. It was like doing trekking all the way up, but finally when I'm here, I think it's worth it. I took a shower, I'm freshened up, and I can finally call it a day for the video. I can do dinner and go to sleep. So overall the day was good. It was pretty much the journey. Tomorrow we will really explore, And while there were some streets that were very dirty, when I looked outside my train, almost the entire track from Ambala to Rishikesh was dirty, full of garbage, which breaks my heart. So many people were throwing garbage from the train right in front of me as well. People were so loud. I mean, what can I say? But still, when finally people got off Haridwar and pretty much the entire train was empty, it was so peaceful. And I think it's peaceful right now again because there is no one here. So, overall, I enjoyed the day and I'm tired, but I'm happy. The view is amazing. I will just sit here for some time and we'll continue the journey tomorrow. Welcome to day 2 from the city of Rishikesh. Unfortunately, couldn't sleep last night as well because some people in my room kept creating noise and kept just talking loudly all night, although there are clear rules that there is no talking in the dome and also strict no talking after 10 p.m. But all the night some people were shouting and talking and I couldn't get my sleep. And it's the same like the train, where the train was on time, the train was clean, but it was the people who were littering and the people who were shouting, singing religious songs, so-called religious songs. And I couldn't sleep in the train as well, although the train was clean and it arrived on time. But it was the people that created a mess. The same thing in my room, it was the people that created a mess. And even after fighting with them, that please don't shout and don't create a havoc in this room, no one is ready to listen, and I just couldn't sleep. Oh, with that out, anyways, welcome to day 2 here in Rishikesh. And this hostel is great. It was only the people who created all that nuisance. And maybe this country is beyond repair. The old generation, new generation, they're all the same. They have no regard for public spaces or other people. Like in train, they act like it's their private property, and in the dorms, the young people also act like that. So it's beyond saving. Anyways, day 2, and we'll change the hostel today. Let's see what's there in the new hostel as well, and explore around the city as well. For breakfast, I'll be heading to a cafe called Moktan Cafe. What happened is around 9 p.m. The people from this hostel took us to another property of the same hostel, and there was live music. So around 1 to 2 hours we spent there, and on the way in the night time they showed us some cafes that were must try. So I really like the vibe of this cafe. It's a small shop like cafe, but they said they have some really nice things to eat, as well as the coffee is probably one of the best here in Rishikesh. So for my breakfast I'm heading to that cafe. Here is the cafe that my hostel guy showed me. And this is what they recommended, the baksu cake. And so I'm gonna get that baksu cake and simple coffee.
The coffee was amazing, and the baksu cake, although really tasty, was very high on sugar. So if you like sweet stuff, the baksu cake you will love. Otherwise, you can avoid it.
So now I'm crossing the newly constructed Bajrang Setu bridge, which takes place of the Laxman Jhula. And my previous hostel was that way, like crossing the Ganga. And now my new hostel is just across this bridge. And this bridge is not fully operational yet. You can see the glass bridge where people will walk soon is actually yet to open for the public. So let's go to our new hostel and see what the vibe is like there, and let's see what kind of experiences we get from there. I have arrived in Madpackers, and this hostel also provides some stunning views. Look at that Ganga, people rafting and mountains, and it's just next to the Laxman Jhula. It's like 1 second away. You get out of the hostel and there is the Laxman Jhula, and you can see it's still under construction, so not fully opened. The glass bridge not fully opened, but this also is an amazing property, at least in terms of the views I'm getting. Some stunning views of the mountains this side, stunning views of the bridge and the river Ganga, and we continue our adventures from here. The sunlight is kind of unbearable, so I want to rest here till the evening and then I go out exploring again. It's the evening of day 2 here in Rishikesh. I've come to the Little Buddha Cafe. The reason I have come here is I asked ChatGPT, tell me one cafe I should visit in Rishikesh, and ChatGPT has actually recommended me Little Buddha Cafe. And I wanted to order dim sum, but they don't have it, so I have ordered noodles. Let's see how it is. I like the ambience of the cafe, and it's full of solo travelers like me, so it's a good vibe for me. Okay, my noodles have arrived, and these are actually really good. So Chat GPT sent me to a really good place with good vibe and good food, and I was thinking maybe I ordered something that will be oily, but it's not oily at all. It's really great and it tastes really good.
शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशम्
What you just saw was Ganga Aarti from the Tapovan Ghat, also called Sai Ghat, one of the best places you can see the Ganga Aarti from, and that will end my day too. Tomorrow I go for home, but before that I'm going to try one more cafe which is pretty much as famous as the Little Buddha Cafe, probably for the breakfast, and I'm gonna go walk 2 to 3 kilometers to the Beatles Ashram. So Beatles Ashram, Ganga Aarti, and watching all these bridges was pretty much roughly my itinerary. Mostly it was just unplanned trip, but I have pretty much done everything. I'll get some dinner, go to sleep, wake up early probably, take a walk, and go to a cafe and go to Beatles Ashram and then catch my train back to home. And in the end, I really feel good. I feel like I had a good time here. There may be some bad memories, some bad incidents, but I love the city. At the core, it is a peaceful city, and I would love to come back here. But yeah, it's just the end of day 2. We have still a lot to do tomorrow. I'm gonna go sleep early so I can wake up early and explore a little bit more and utilize the last time I have in the city of Rishikesh. Welcome on day 3 in Rishikesh. Another sleepless night because I was sharing room with 5 people and no one will stop shouting. 2 nights in a row, couldn't sleep because people don't know how to behave in a public place or in a place where they share their rooms or train coaches or bus space with other people. It's not to blame on the hostel. The hostel is beautiful. I am thinking of taking one last visit to the rooftop, but it's the people. And again, the train and buses, they were great, they were on time, but it's the people that are playing loud music and have zero regard for other people around them that makes it such a headache and difficult to live. So, but anyways, I still love this city. The vibe is good, and I would 100% like to come back. Although I would like to live in a personal room, book a hotel maybe, and avoid hostels, at least in India. If I have to compare the 2 hostels I stayed at, the Hosteller in Upper Tapovan and this Madpackers at Laxman Jhula, Madpackers is by far superior. The lobby area was so good, giant 50-inch television, and The Wi-Fi worked great at every floor, and the air conditioning was good. In the Hosteller in Upper Tapovan, AC didn't work. There was no television, and the Wi-Fi in my entire stay worked for like 5 minutes. So clearly, this is way better property. The views from the top are great, and all the cafes, Laxman, Jhula, everything is pretty near to this place. So this is way better property. I will definitely recommend it if you are staying here, or if you are staying here, at least book a property near Lakshman Jhula. That will be my biggest take from my stay here, so you can access everything around easily. Another tip I will give you guys is that try to come on weekdays and avoid the weekends, because weekends are way too packed, and I guess the crowds I got at hostels will be worse in weekends as well. So try to come on a weekday and avoid those crowds and be more at peace, and definitely it will be a better experience if you come on the weekdays. Just like all my travels, after traveling 50 plus cities in India and outside India as well, the best part about traveling is not having a good view or some amazing architecture, even. The best part is meeting some good people. And in my first night, I met Hardik from Delhi, and he's such a good person. He's introverted. I think he had way worse on the first night than me, because people were actually pulling off his curtains and asking him if he wants to go out, and he was trying to sleep, and this is happening at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. He got the worst, and he was such an innocent guy. He didn't say anything back to them. I'm starting my walk to the Beatles Ashram. The real reason I am walking all this way is because, first, it's my style of traveling. I walk everywhere. Second, it saves some money. But most importantly, this is a new area. And if I just take a ride or book something and just go, I will never truly see this area. And because I keep visiting newer cities, I might never again come here. So, to also see all these new places, and when I'm looking at the map, there are so many famous ashrams, cafes, and other spots on this route that I will totally miss if I take like an auto rickshaw. And I just checked the map where the Beatles Ashram is. It's exactly where Janki Setu is. Janki Setu is the same bridge where the auto rickshaw left us on day one. So we can take another auto rickshaw back from that exact spot and go to the railway station. So exact 3 kilometers of walk from the Lakshman Jhula to the Beatles Ashram. It's actually called Chaurasi Kutiya because obviously Beatles Ashram is not its real name. It's only called Beatles Ashram because Beatles stayed here. And what surprised me is that there is an entry ticket. For Indians, it's 200 rupees, which I think is expensive, and ashram should be free to visit. And for foreigners, it's 1200 rupees. But it's still time to, it takes some time to open up. It's still 9:45 a.m. It opens at 10. I didn't check the timing, but I think I'm fine. It's just going to open up. And let's see if it's worth the ticket price. The Beatles Ashram is part of the Rajaji Tiger Reserve. That explains when I was coming to this way, it was like walking through a forest, and it was amazing because it was like really cool breeze and couldn't feel any heat at all, and the area felt really good, like peaceful, full of nature. So it's part of the Rajaji Tiger Reserve, and we have these hut-shaped thing, and these are located throughout this ashram. And this one, if you can see behind me, it says 1. So let's enter the first one. Surprisingly, compared to most places in India, apart from the natural leaves, I have not seen any littering in this place. Okay, this is very little space to go up, but I'm gonna go anyways. Let's see what exactly. Maybe this is the place where people sit down and meditate. आ जाओ उधर से. Okay, so we can actually come to the उतरो इधर से एंटर कर जाओ. थोड़ा स्पेस टाइट है पर बढ़िया है. Oh, totally worth it. Even my way out through the Janki Setu is really scenic. I could see when I was coming to this ashram. Wow, this is actually already worth the 200 rupees I paid. So, and if you can keep the place neat and clean by charging some, then please charge some entry fees. Okay, going back down, a little short on space. Wow, but it's so cool inside. Like the temperature outside is rising, but these huts are amazing. They are so cool, both figuratively and literally. And these amazing windows with view of nature outside. It was so worth visiting this place. I guess the members of the Beatles, like one member will stay in one place, and I saw that there is a toilet attached to that one, so I assume there will be toilet attached to each of those. There are a lot of those in line. Let's check them out. So number 2 and number 3 side by side. Let's see if it's, yeah, when you enter you see this Indian style toilet and exact replica of the first one, exact little entrance. Let's not go into each of these, but let's just check out this second one. Okay, I'm having a little trouble with my backpack. Oh, the echo of my voice is crazy here. Let's get out again like the last time. And you can actually enter the third one right here from the top of the second one. That's the first one, and I can see at least 2 more ahead, and I can start to see mountains and Ganga and even the Janki Setu bridge, which we have to take before we say goodbye to this place. So no numbers on these ones, but at the top I can see, if you can see that as well, number 8. And even if they are joined or not joined, they are exact replicas of each other. Now you can see the number 8, and there are too many men, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are at least 15, maybe close to 20. So I'm not going to enter each of these, and going to continue walking forward. And there is a little bit of information as well as some information about the Chaurasi Kutiya Ashram, which we call Beatles Ashram. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi established this ashram in 1961 on 7.5 hectares of forest land. That explains the Rajaji Tiger Reserve. Many famous people, including Beatles, came here to practice transcendental meditation. It's now been developed as a nature center by Rajaji Tiger Reserve, so it still comes under Rajaji Tiger Reserve. And let's see what all we have here: gate, parking, cafeteria, post office, photo gallery, all Maharishi's bungalow, Chaurasi Kutiya, Beatles bungalow, back gate, herbal garden, meditation domes. When we entered it, a large area on the left side was work in progress. Even here you can see boards saying no entry So pretty much the last part of the ashram, the meditation domes, is what we are seeing. I guess 99% of it is actually closed for renovation. Now let's see if we can find some other places that are open. And about food, I had a good food in the morning. And talking about food, I bought some bananas that I can eat in my train, and I put them in my bag. And just at the entrance of this Beatles Ashram, a monkey stole my bananas, leaving only one in my bag. But he saw that there is still one banana, so I put it inside my bag. He snatched the bag from me. This bag I have been carrying for 3 days. He snatched it, so I snatched it back, took out the banana, and gave it to him. And even after eating that banana, he was still looking at my bag, so I held it close. And then the museum ashram opened, and I entered. Wow, what an experience! I almost forgot that happened just few minutes ago at the gate of this ashram. Wow. Okay, anyways, let's see if we have any other place open and we can make a video, or we can start moving towards the Janki Setu and finally say goodbye to the city I've started to like now, but it's also time to leave. Wow, I love this place, man. And I have finally come to the mural, which is so famous on the internet. If you search Beatles Ashram, you probably see this. Do I see Dalsim from Street Fighter? And no matter what, I'll always believe in love. Some really nice murals, even outside this building. This place, I love this place. Nature, forest, just look outside. It's pure jungle outside. And let me show you, let me actually get out of this building and show you how proper of a forest is here. Look at that. There's even proper railings, because this forest has literally tigers. It's Rajaji Tiger Reserve, so the vibe here is so good. And the meditation domes and this place, I'm so glad I decided to come here. And also just after it opened, so there is nobody pretty much, and I can just enjoy. It's so good. So many places that seem amazing are actually work in progress, but I'm still happy that such a beautiful place with such amazing history and culture and atmosphere is getting renovated, and people in the future will get to experience that. There is also a school on my left, which I probably will go back and check out as well. Now see, all these domes with the same architecture as those meditation domes are continuously one after another, but you cannot go inside as the work is in progress. So is the ticket worth it? 100%. But is the ticket for foreign travelers worth it? I don't think so. When I was entering the ashram, the boys standing outside, they were like, Britishers have looted us for so many years. It's okay to charge them 1200, charge them even more. But that makes no sense. It was Britishers around 100 years back, and the coming generations have nothing to do with that. And English or England is one country What about rest of the world? What about the countries that are even poorer than India? They are also foreign nationals. So you are telling me that it is fair to charge a person from Africa or some Latin American country that has less money than me to pay 1200 and me paying 200? Maybe make it something like 200 and 400, but this is too much, man. So maybe lower the price for foreigners. I mean, it doesn't affect me, but it concerns me. I think it's not fair. What do you guys think? We have reached the place called Chaurasi Kutiya, 84 meditation chambers, and that doesn't seem to be in a really good condition. It says 84 Kutiya slash 84 caves. Okay, let's see if the 84 caves are still intact and whether or not we can explore it. Seems like this experience of the Beatles Ashram, okay, there's no light here, will demand a completely separate video because I have been recording for so long, but I'll see when I finally sit down to edit. Okay, that felt like one cave, and on my left as well as my right there seems to be caves everywhere. I assume this is one cave, this is another, this is another, this is another, and the same goes on my right. And I should take off my glasses. Still can't see anything. If you see behind me, it's caves everywhere. It's like 20 on both sides, so that makes sense. That will easily make them 84. Let me use the torch from my phone, and it's just a plain area. Let me enter it. I need to squish myself in. There is this little window on that side and little window on this side, and that's it. That's the same goes on for 83 more of these. Let me go check out the other side if there is something different. And yeah, it's a amazing experience for sure. This one is similar but a different architecture. That was like all stones, and this one has similar space and similar set of windows, but it's all cemented, and just like the other side it keeps going on, like 20 of these on both sides. So 40 are here, 40 are that way. Then we go ahead, there will be 40 and 40 again, and it turns out to be 84. So yeah, when we walk this way, again on both sides, but this one has a little circular touch in the end, and surprisingly the one on the other side is the stone like from the other side of the building, and the rest of all these are stone like. So yeah, they look different from each other, but they are definitely 84. So just sit down and meditate and achieve a higher form of yourself, attain peace, and just calm down your senses. It makes sense to just sit with yourself. And there are some resting areas. I'm not looking forward to go there because they are both occupied. I'm a person who prefers solitude over anything else, so I'll just like to be on my own. Probably the best part about this is that I'm pretty much exploring it on my own, and the rush is yet to come. One thing is for sure, as soon as I step out in the sunlight, it's so hot, but as soon as I step into these caves, especially in the places meant to meditate, It's so cold, so they have been created very intelligently. So even in the summers, you can sit in a cool place. Now the only thing left, I assume, is that school in the front. Let's see if there is something interesting there. And just after those 84 caves meant for meditation, we have reached, it's called Maharishi Dhyan Vidyapit, which roughly translates to the person, the yogi, which this ashram belongs to, his name, then meditation, then school. So basically, that person's meditation school. So they literally teach you meditation in there. I suppose this is like a bathtub in here, and this feels like an area where a toilet might have existed in the past. I am very happy that they are renovating everything, so future travelers will get to experience a more beautiful version of this place. Of course, they should keep the history and the original vibe intact. Again, a classroom with some windows with literally a blackboard, but that's not teaching meditation, that's teaching the Hindi numeric alphabets. And Hindi is actually not the language I speak, but I do speak it, but not my native language. And again, a bathroom with pipes and everything. So maybe they can restore it fully, and just for the sake of looking at it, that how it used to look, how the bathrooms were, how the classrooms were. Same again, classroom, blackboard, windows on the both sides, entrance and washroom. We see a literal bathtub this time, and probably a toilet seat next to it. Sad to see it in ruins, but hope it will get its charm back. Another small classroom, I suppose, or a corridor with blackboard. Again, classroom, blackboard, and washroom with bathtub and a toilet seat. That seems like a flag post, probably the flag of India hosted there in the past. There are a lot of murals going on as well. I have not attempted to specifically capture them, but pretty much in every class and even outside the class you can see the murals. At this point, with this much of video recording, I think if you have seen this video, you have seen everything the Beatles Ashram has to offer. That part of the school, the Maharishi Vidyapit, was walkable, but this area is totally in ruins. But as a true explorer, not fearing probably snakes down here, let's take a look. Okay, it's like there has been a fire in here. There probably was. There are a lot of pieces of glass and metal and wood, and this is something you don't want to visit. Again, toilet seat, a washroom, another small room which could be anything. These don't seem like classrooms. These are probably the quarters of teachers. That's the vibe I'm getting from the doors, from the structure, from the area to take a bath. This is 100% something residential. This part is totally in ruins, and all I can say is please restore it to its former glory. And there is an old staircase which I should not go up, so I'm going up it. and same state, the same architecture, place to do your stuff and a place to take a bath, probably a drawing room, a bedroom, and similarly more such rooms, and the same structure with partitioned place to take a bath and to take a toilet. So that's like the teacher's residence from the past, still in okayish condition. Some more ruins which have plantation grown at their entrances. Yes, let's check out the area at the back. So a lot of freshly constructed road which will probably take visitors from one point to another, so it's good to see that. And here the school, this is part of the school, probably the residential part, but still part of the school. Let's try to enter this place. Really dark, kind of trespassing but not trespassing. I asked an uncle, can I go here? He was employee at this place, and he said, sure, it's your place, check it out. So not trespassing, but not a good idea to enter in these places as well, especially if it's part of a forest reserve where there could be animals, all sorts of them. And right now what I see is, after I am at the last part of the building, it says building is unsafe, entry prohibited. I'm glad I came all the way from the end and not the beginning, otherwise I would not have explored and shown you what really is inside the Maharishi Yogi Ashram or the Beatles Ashram. Another place, a lot of construction work going on, and again another warning, building is unsafe, entry prohibited, but we saw everything. These places actually have really bad condition. They could fall anytime. Look at this, they could fall, and I would actually not prefer to go in, and especially after I have read the sign. As a literate person, I should not go. Panchkuti, let's read it. Panchkuti, constructed in the early 1960s. This building housed course participants, international guests, and dignitaries. Okay, so teachers did not reside here. They resided the students that were learning meditation, that were coming from within India, outside India, and people that just came to check out the ashram or the school. And here there seems to be something that was really nice, a construction with some mural with stones, some more murals, and also some warnings: entry prohibited, building is unsafe, another warning, another warning. So I'm glad we entered the last parts and we explored every bit of the Beatles Ashram that is open right now. Now, at this moment, I've spent more than 1 hour in this place and I'm pretty much getting late for my train. So let's rush to Yamuna Ghat, sorry, let's rush to Ganga Ghat and to our Janki Setu and take an auto rickshaw to railway station and say goodbye. On such a high note, this trip ended so well. There were flaws in the city, flaws in me, flaws in my roommates, but it's a great city. Please visit Rishikesh. So I have reached the end of my journey. I will cross this bridge, one last bridge in Rishikesh, go back to where I came from, day one. That's the point at the end of this bridge where the auto rickshaw guy dropped me. Again, I'll go there and find a ride to railway station. I have almost gotten late, so I'll hurry, go to railway station, get the same train I came from, and go home. At the end, I actually like this city, and I definitely want to come here again. In spite of everything bad that happened, the good outweighs the bad. So I'll see the Ganga when I cross the bridge and I finally go back home with mostly good memories. So thank you if you stayed with me till the end. I will see you again in another video. If you can spare a second of your life to hit the like and subscribe button, that will help me a lot. Thank you so much and goodbye. So finally leaving, and just like last time, the train is pretty much empty here in Rishikesh. So unlike last time where people have hijacked my seat and doing what not on my seat, I can actually sit on my seat and enjoy the view outside and sit peacefully, watch a video, edit a video, do whatever. So that's it. We leave the city and it was totally worth it.